Hello, hello. Oh, what way is that now? There we go. What? Hello, how are you? Hello, Amiga Bill's illegitimate son, and welcome along. Yeah, I wouldn't take my advice, but well, who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, should be an interesting night tomorrow night. See what happens. Genuinely think Spain will win, but yeah, it's like so many of the matches have gone into penalties, and that's just what happens, and it's not far off tossing a coin. Anyways, how are you? It is a grey Saturday evening here in Glasgow. It's cold, but I did some very grown up stuff. I bought a garden hose today, so feeling feeling very grown up and very very dadly. Yeah, it's been a mixed show now. This particular tournament, but sure, yeah, anything can happen. Probably be loads of fouls, loads of yellow cards, maybe a couple of red cards. Who knows? That's the way these things go. Right. Anyways, let's see. What were we doing? Yeah. Okay. We were looking at and Stream Test 2. Yes. So we were looking at this program here. I know I was trying to get a couple of things to work, but about the font sensitivity that I'm probably going to abandon, or not abandon, but just leave to the end. Now there's a couple of other things I need to do on it. So you bought a robot more. Yes. Yes, I can see that being a bit of a pain. All right. Yeah, I had to fix our more there last week. It had a bad connection at the where the cable goes into it, but turns out you can actually just buy parts for it, which is quite cool. So I was impressed with that, because normally these, a lot of these things are just kind of like, yeah, no, buy a new one. But, so I was able to fix it. Delighted with myself. I feel a robot more would be a bit overkill, because we just got a little square in the front garden and that's it. So yeah, it doesn't take very long, to be honest. But they're awesome. They're awesome yokes all the same, So and yes, definitely a good thing if you want to keep away from it. So it's either that or pay the young lad down the road. Cool. So yeah, so what are we doing? So this is what we have so far. Why is that? That was on. Okay, string width 36. Oh yeah, so that was trying to decide the width of the word delete, wasn't it? But anyway, you can see here that we've got various things going on here. We can move things up and down. We can add new entries. And we can delete entries. Oh, that's kind of working. That's good. Hey, Grey Amiga Graham, how are you? Welcome along. I think you're in my phone as Amiga Graham. How are things? I don't know what it's like over your side, but it's quite a grey evening. It looked like it's going to rain all day, but it hasn't. And just kind of, just threatening. Yeah. Yeah, figured that's the story of the summer, isn't it? Just, yeah, what summer? But, oh dear. And did it actually rain on it? Or was it just a case of being a bit shit? Oh, oh, you tempted the gods with your delicious barbecue food. That's what happens. We haven't had a barbecue this year. Now, it's been kind of a busy year, to be fair. But at the same time, when you kind of have a weekend, it's like, oh, this is good weather. Let's have a barbecue. There just hasn't been a day like that, or a weekend like that. It just hasn't worked. Oh, a grill queue. Yeah, that's happened to me a few times. It's either that or you just leave someone outside in the piss and rain with an umbrella by themselves doing the food while everyone else sits in the kitchen waiting on them. Yeah. I did not have a barbecue today. My wife and son are away, so I was drinking last night and had leftover pizza for dinner. And yeah, so yeah, that was a handy dinner. But yeah, yeah, yeah. It works. It works. Minimal effort. It's all good, and it's good for the, you know, when you've got the slight remnants of a hangover. It's good stuff to sort that out. Metro Siege demo. No, I haven't anyway. I have not. I had a friend over yesterday and we ended up playing the Amiga and played quite a lot of we'd had a few beers, played quite a lot of Dogfight, the 2-player biplane game for about 2 hours. Just the stupidity of that game was brilliant. Good stuff though. Good stuff. Are you gonna do a video of it or anything like that? Dunno. Knights. Me? What's Knights? What's Knights? Google that. It's an Amiga game, is it? Hmm. Whoa. Okay, Googled it, got a Lemon Amiga link, and the Lemon Amiga link is giving a servers down page. Ah. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, then there's a remake of it for Windows, it looks like. It doesn't ring a bell. Doesn't ring a bell, but I'll have to give that a go. Oh, did it? Oh no. I'll put that one. I'll put Knights on the list for the next time. All right. Yeah, cool. Good recommendation. Oh, that's a shame. What happened? Well, I don't suppose you know unless you're behind it. Yeah, that's a bit shit. You have to wonder about things like that. Like who would hack an Amiga website? Yeah, cool. Where was I? Okay, yeah, so there's our list view here. Ultimately, what I wanted to do was have a list of files in a directory, just populate it with that. So not necessarily do anything like a full file manager or anything like that, but, the basics will be there, so anyone could take that code and just expand on it. To make a little Dopus style manager if you want it. Okay, so we did get the size of the string, didn't we? String width. Okay, so we open the window there. That's why we lose that line. So we put that up there. Oops, there. So that will gives us our string width 36. 36 pixels sounds about right for DELETE, 6 letters at a slightly bigger font. No, that doesn't sound right. That doesn't sound right at all. String width, string pixels, delete, string pixels. So, what's going on there? We've got our window. We open our window. Oh, I know. Do I know? Yeah, I think. Do we have to do the use in TUI font after we open the window to apply it to that window? So, no, string with still 36. I can't remember what the problem was here. Okay, anyway, so we'll leave that anyway. And what we'll do instead is we will populate it with a file listing. So, so let's make us a new function up here, a new statement. Yeah, or let's make it a function. And so the result from this would basically, we'll return the number of files, and it's an optional thing. I don't know if it'll be any use, but it's no harm to have the value. You can just discard the value. So so we're making it a long. I don't know if, can you have more than 65,000 or more than 32,000 directory entries? Just to be safe, we'll make it a long, yeah. And then, so we're going to populate the list. So that is going to be list items. Shared list items, and that's an array, and then entry count is 0, and then at the bottom we will entry count, and then that's our function. That's our function skeleton. So entry count is that. So now there are a couple of different ways of doing this, and yeah, so basically we have what we have. I'm going to open this in here. So if you're using Amiga Blitz 3, in the includes directory you've got DOS include, and that's quite good. That is quite good because it uses the OS calls directly, and it does everything in the kind of like the proper way. Because there are a couple of different Blitz libraries that handle files and handle DOS and stuff like that, and you can use them as well. But there are some of them that have issues, especially with newer versions of the OS, that they don't quite handle like long file names and things like that properly. So it's yeah, it's probably worth using this DOS include before, or above the older libraries. So let me think. What are we looking for? Scander. That's what we're doing. Function return file name. So what we do is we basically you just call this, and I think you just keep calling it, and it eventually returns scans through a directory according to the pattern. Yeah, call it in a loop until it returns null. I presume that says the empty string to indicate that all files have been iterated. So yeah, so that's simple enough. It should be. So we'll add that include. So X include, see if I compile. Can't open include file. Why? Because of 2 U's, because of this shitty keyboard. Need new syntax mode. Syntax. Are we not using new syntax? Oh yeah, because syntax mode is set by the optimize flag, or the optimize directive. What's going on here? What's going on? DOS not include. Is that working by itself? It is working by itself. Oh, this is starting to ring bells. There was some issue, or there is some issue with the order of the includes a compiler macro object not found. Auto exit. Why? So what does this include? Does this include anything? So WP start.include. Okay. So where does auto exit come from? Include error. Is it useful? Doesn't look like it. Find auto exit. No. Not in there. Of course, yeah, always makes it show me now. Let's just comment it out for the moment. Auto exit DOS free, yeah. No, we're causing problems, and because something. Where is auto exit? So it must be in. Include somewhere. Clear selection. So how do we define a macro? It is. Oh yeah, so it's without the exclamation mark. Oh. So it is in auto exit.include. Why is that not included? So let's try include that. Why? 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 Auto exit.include. Has to be here. Includes auto exit. Auto exit X. What the fuck? All labels must be unique. Use another name than. Great, that would be nice to complete. Executes given function of program exit. Usually here function for closing pending resources and freeing them. Exactly, yeah. Or did the author just like keel over and die halfway through that? It's terrible. Why? So, if I save that, that should be the right name now. Okay. Why was that? Why on earth was that a problem? So now, if I comment that out, that should probably still work. No, it won't. I don't know what has happened to the includes. But anyways, there we go, working now. Grant, and we've got the DOS included. Okay, so where were we going? Reader. Okay, now. So we give this a dir to read, which is fine, and give this a dir to read. So what we're going to do is we are going to do okay, so what do we do? Okay, we do a repeat until. Because then, yeah, until entry string equals DOS scander DOS scander and we have to just make sure, because there is a possibility that that will be empty even on the first run, because if the directory has no contents, it will be completely empty. So there's that, and then we should be able to just populate the list. Oh yeah, so if we're going to populate the list, we should erase the list first. So what we'll do is we'll do clear list and clear list items, and then that should be it. And again, we just have to sanity check it to make sure it is it. We are able to add something. Shouldn't be a big deal, but if you're really low on memory, that's important to check. If add item, and then oh, what's the other field? Just to give it an arbitrary, or just to give it a semi-random number, or just a number. Okay, and then if entry string entry count +1. Oh no, that's yeah, no, that's second guess myself. I was like, oh no, that's C, but no, C is ++. Okay, and then that should be it. What we'll do is just add a little error message there just in case. Okay, so that's our little routine. That should be it. And what we'll do is we'll do it when we press the reset button. And reset. So what we'll do here is change this. And so we'll detach the list. We'll go and change it. Let's just do it like this. What are we going to do? We could just give it the current directory, and that should work. So it'll be whatever the directory the program is in. Reader. And and just to give it a little message, so that will just return the number. So readdir returns the number of entries found, so that'll just print the number out and the number of entries found. That should be fine. That should be it. Readdir entries found. And then we reattach the list. So when we press reset, wait, there we go. It's only giving directories, it looks like. So that's the Amiga Blitz directory. Bin data examples includes, they're the drawers, they're the directories. So there are flags to the readdir thing, to DOS scandir. Now let's see. Pattern. We want to read them all, and then so we have to give that because they're when you see them listed like that, these are optional parameters when they've got the @ symbol in front of them. So if we want to set the flags, we need to have the previous parameter supplied. So even though we don't care about the pattern, we have to supply it. So and then flags. Let's see what the documentation says about flags. DOS scan whatever. Okay. Scan. No. Scan devices. No. Scan dir. Oh, these are the values in the include. Okay, we don't need this file. Don't need that file. Don't need that there. That's what we're looking for. So, where are the constants? DOS. Scan dirs, files, no case sorted. So it should do all of them at 0. Let's try it with 2 anyway and just see if we get the files. Yeah. La la. Dun 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 dun. So, okay, so now it's reading the files. But what, so if we give it a thing of 0, reset, we get nothing. 0 entries found. Oh, you can multiple. They're binary flags, aren't they? Look. DOS scan dirs, DOS scan files. Okay. So what you're supposed to do is something like this. There we go. So that's all the entries in our Blitz source directory. Now, that's how that's done. And what we're going to do is, so now that's fine, but they're all listed as the same kind of thing. So let's see if we can put like a dir in front of the ones that are directories. So if add items, and what we'll do is we can use the entry count to say whether it's a directory or a file. So that's what we'll do. What was I going to do? So list items, name. Okay, DOS scan dir. So there has to be something DOS. Is dir? Yeah, is dir. or is file? Let's see. So very lovely basic like handling of strings, treating them as primitives, just add them together. So list item, so what we'll do is instead of doing that magic number thing, we'll actually no, we'll keep that and we'll add a new one. Magic entry type. Entry type equals 1. So if that's if it's a directory, we'll add a 1 to that, or we'll store 1 in there. So now when we do the listing, we click on one, list view. It was entry type I used, wasn't it? Entry type, yeah. Because type by itself is a keyword, so I can't do that. Entry type. List items, entry type. That down here as well. Entry as a file. So now when we reset that, we get so that's, and that should entry as a directory. Excellent. Entry as a directory, entry as a directory, entry as a file. There we go. Yeah. So that works. Yay. So now, the next thing to do. So we're not actually deleting files or anything, we're just deleting entries. When we're deleting entries like that, it shouldn't disappear to -1. It should stay at the at the first entry and keep on deleting there. Okay, so that's another thing to do. Reset that. Okay, that's fine. Cool. Okay. So something to fix. So 12 entries found. That's fine. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it so that if you double click an entry, that it opens it in an editor or something like that. I think that's probably quite cool. So now, so to do that, oh, I remember trying to do this before and it was actually quite tricky. But there's an event second. So there's an OS function, and that OS function will determine whether you've double clicked or not based on the OS settings, based on your preferences on how quick a double click should be. So that is so that is called double click. I'm pretty sure. Oh, there's the door. Be 2 seconds. Dun, dun, dun. One of the neighbor kids looking for James. So, yeah. Anyways. So, what's going on? Yeah. I don't know. I did say to the kid, he called in a couple of days ago. I said, no, James is on his holidays. He won't be back for like 2 weeks. Or for a week. I think he let 2 days go by before he tried again. So, oh well. Not that he'd be, exactly, it means nothing. But also, like, he's an 8-year-old. What's he doing out, like, roaming the streets by himself at 20 to 9 at night? It seems, yeah, just free range kid. But yeah, fair enough. Yeah, because yeah, if James was here, he'd be in bed by now. So yeah. Anyways, yeah. So there's an OS function called double click, and that will you give it sort of the timestamp of 2 different events, and that will. So let's see. Yeah, so the S seconds, S micro, so basically the microsecond timestamp of each event. So the first event and the second event. And if the 2 of them are within the OS settings, then it returns true, and if not, false. So, but what you need to do is you need to record the values from the event, and that is I can't remember. I think that's actually wait, event. I think that's actually tricky to do, and we can't get those values, can we? Event code, because the address of the gadget. That was it. Okay, no, there's a. See, an event is actually a message, so it's like an AREX message or something like that. It's an intuition message that comes to your program's port, and it contains all the details of the event, including, you know, the gadget that was hit, or whatever, you know, whatever happened, the window that was hit, and the time in seconds and microseconds, like a timestamp. And how do I actually access that message in Blitz? Dun, dun, dun. Okay. EMS. Okay. So event code, not it, but yeah, I'm sure Amiga Blitz has a macro for doing this, so I don't think there's an actual Blitz function for it. Actually, let's see. Blitz libs. Sometimes the third-party libs have them. So syslib. No. Loten. No. New app lib. No. Memory menu miss. New window lib. Nope. Nope. Alright, so it's some sort of intuition. Alright. Miscellaneous lib. No. No. So, I think, yeah, it's down to... So it's down to the intuition include. Intuition include, and then... oh, there's event double click. Oh yeah, so that's just if you double click on anywhere, like if you just double click even on a window, it's not necessarily a double click of a gadget. Event. Yeah, that doesn't seem right either. So, oh, maybe, yeah, I'm trying to think. How did I do it before? Because I have done it before. But basically, what you have to do is you need a couple of variables. So, you need So the seconds and the microseconds of the event, and then the previous event, seconds and microseconds. And then you just compare them. So what we need to do is so now this will return double click all the time because all those are 0 at the moment. So it's instantaneous clicks, of course it'll pass. But double clicked, where do we get the event times from? Is there a DOS library thing? Double click intuition. No, I'm sure there's a macro for it in one of the includes. Let's try the intuition include. So even if it wasn't in the help file, sometimes the help files are a bit sort of not quite all there. Intuition, or is there an event one? No, it is intuition. Event seconds and event micros. That's it. Okay. So once we get our event, what we do is we put in yeah, in my head, esex. Oh, it's macro, so event seconds. Oh, why is that there? Event seconds. What is that in? Event seconds. Oh yeah, no, that was right, yeah. event seconds. I don't think we need that. Event micros. Do we need the brackets? I don't think we do. For a macro shouldn't need brackets, should it? Let's see if it compiles. Nope. Oh, no, because we need to include. Put it in here. Intuition include. So now it's probably going to say double clicked because because all those times are 0. So that's fine. Okay. Working as expected for now. So at the end of the loop, we do swap out the values for the previous ones, or swap out the previous values for the current ones. Event oh, we need to check that it's the same event as well, because if you have events coming from mouse movement and things like that, that can trigger the double click. So we also need so we had EV for event and previous EV. So that's our EV there. So we've already declared that as a long. Okay. Now, that should be it. So now we got our seconds and our microseconds. We've got a little timestamp for that. So and oh no, so it's not EV. It's gadget hit. It's not EV, so it's gadget hit. Gadget hit and previous gadget hit. So I don't think we need that. But case gadget hit. At the end of this construct. There. That should be it. Previous gadget hit is gadget hit. Okay. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So if EV, no, if, so this is, actually, we should probably even go one better than that. Current item. Let's do current item. Okay, so current item. And what we'll do is we're going to put we should default current item to something. Oh yes, and the current item is -1, so yeah, they won't be identical if the list is empty. That's fine. So then we should be ready to go. And so we don't want to try and open an editor or a directory in the editor. Opening editor, and then there are a couple of different ways of doing this, but DOS run CLI gives us the option to wait until finished. And we want to run it asynchronously, so we have to provide the other parameters before that as well. It's mildly annoying. But yeah, DOS run CLI, so file name and CLI args. So file name is editpad. So this is the OS 3.9 editor. That'll do for now. Well, that's the directory we're looking at actually. Run CLI editpad, and what were we doing? Just the file name. So we have to set priority. Doesn't matter. 0. Stack size 32K should be loads, and wait for finish 0. That's what it said, wasn't it? Wait finish 0 is run asynchronously. Yeah. Oh, and then the argument CLI args is the name, the actual name of the entry. Let's see if that works. Nope. Syntax error. Too many parameters. Why? So first, file name, priority, stack size. Oh. Yeah, that would do it. Variables must be declared. List items. Okay, so now there's our directory. Let's see if we can open this file here. No, of course not. So it was double clicked. Oh, it is giving a double click for everything again. Why is that now? And why opening editor? So it is in a way doing what it's supposed to do there, as far up until it actually tries to run the file. So is it a case of it not finding the file? Let's see what happens. Editpad. That looks all right. Is it just not? I don't know. Is it not launching it from that directory? Well, it should be. Yeah, let me think about that. Let's run it a different way and just see. Execute string. So that is. So this is the OS function for actually running something. Don't think it does it. So yeah, so it doesn't run asynchronously. So let's just see if that bit works. Nope. Also, why are... Zero, zero, zero. Why? It's because we're not using the intuition system. The Amiga Blitz intuition system. Oh. So how does it get those into engine / seconds? So let's see how that actually works. Seconds. Event double click. Oh yeah, yes. You see, it's pulling them out of the message, but how do we get the message? Right. Into we get wait event. Do we have into we wait event? So, aha, excellent. You're back just in time to solve my problems. No, I think what we'll do is we'll swap out the wait event for the Amiga Blitz thing here. So we'll do that instead of the Blitz version, and then this should work. Maybe? Yeah, there we go. Oh, right. It's not saying anything about dropped frames at my end. So, who knows? Yeah, no, I didn't see any issues here. But yeah, so there's our... So you can see they're the time points. As I keep on clicking there, that's your however many billions of seconds. It's a lovely 32-bit number of seconds since 1978 or whatever it is, the 1st of January 1978. That's the Amiga way of doing things. So each of those timestamps is completely unique. Why aren't they triggering a double click though? And oh yeah, our events gadget hit. Yeah, so gadget hit is not reporting anything, so we need to find the intuition equivalent of gadget hit. Event gadget hit equals So we just have to swap out a couple of things to make it work that way. Still saying double clicked even though we've got time stamps. Oh. I know. I think I know. I think it's the wrong way around. So. Nope. How in bloody hell have I done this before? Double click. So start sec, start micros, current. Okay. So what's happening? What's happening? Double clicked. Well, let's just do the Intui version instead. Double click. That was a function, wasn't it? Event double click. That's what it is. It's a macro. Okay, well, let's just use that then. Is that it? Double click? Event double click, yeah, of course. And now we're not getting anything, any kind of double click events. Ah. Previous E6, event seconds, event micros. This should work. I have used this function before. Oh, yeah, don't do that. Okay, double click. So double clicked. Like they're very close to each other. What's going on here? Hold on a second. I'm beginning to smell what's going on. So we've got a timestamp. timestamp is correct because there's a load of seconds gone by since the last one there. But there's only a fraction of a second between the two timestamps, the previous one and the current one. Yeah, it's recording the mouse down event. So we only want to count these guys when the gadget comes up. Nope, that's not what I wanted. That should be it. So there we go. Single click, single click, single click, double click. There we go. Excellent. Happy days. Entry as a file, double click, reset. Opening editor comes back straight away without running. What does Snoop.DOS say? Okay, I wonder if it's a case of needing the path. It shouldn't need the path, but nope. Opening editor. Sys utilities edit pad. Will it just open edit pad? Double clicked. Opening editor, and the editor is not opening. So let's try something else. Why is that not opening? What am I missing here? What am I missing? What is happening also with the music? Okay, yeah. Indeed. It's running, or it says it's running, but it's just exiting straight away. Edit pad. Yeah, it works from the shell. Okay, so it's not launching because see, we're getting all this activity where it's looking for stuff and it's trying to do things, and that's not happening. When we do this. Uh-oh, that's not good. Execute add. I thought we changed it back. Oh, it's trying to run both. Neither are working. Okay, now what's happening here? Okay, now that's it. So changed there, fine. What's going on? What's happening? What's happening? Yeah, I'm getting to the point where I'm going to have to start pulling out my own old source as well. Yeah, so that's fine, and that's kind of what I had here. But even without the argument, it should open the editor without loading the file. You see, and that's what I was trying to do there. So I'm going to what did I use double click in, and what did I do all of that stuff in? SMB mounter. Okay, so browse shares. That has that whole thing in it. So into get event window. Yeah. Okay, so that's all fine. We kind of all have that. So double click, then we've got that. Oh yeah, no, that's fine. Sorry, no, that bit is all working. Parse SMB client output. Dot run CLI subtask stack -1. Oh, now that's different. Yeah, the brackets. Basically, the brackets are just going to are if it's a function. It'll, you know, so it's if you don't use it as a function, you leave out the brackets. So if you have the brackets, you need to have dummy equals execute. So it doesn't change anything really. And as far as I remember, that function doesn't give any kind of useful output anyway, or it doesn't return any useful values. So this is using run CLI, and it's actually using the run command to run things asynchronously. So maybe there's something wrong with running it asynchronously. So although execute should still run the program as well. It is sysutilities, isn't it? Oh, it's not. Ah. Where's edit pad? Tools? Edit pad is in tools. Although it should show up without the path. Yeah. Tools. Okay. Ah! You need the full path. Okay. It doesn't pick up the global path for some reason, which is annoying. Hey! There we go. Solved. A part of me thinks that deserves a beer. A part of me thinks I had too much beer last night and I probably don't want a beer. Go down and see what the fridge looks like. 2 seconds. Oh, yeah. You know what? I could easily do a bottle of red, but no, I've compromised. I'm being good. Ginger beer. It says beer, but it's not beer. Maybe I'll watch, or maybe I'll drink a bottle of red while I'm watching watching England lose tomorrow. Tried Governor. What's that? Is that a wine? Is that a ginger beer? well, given I didn't know what you were talking about, I I wouldn't have known it either way. But no, I haven't. I haven't. Is it good? I will. If I the next time I'm in the supermarket, if I see it, I will pick that up. Cool. Okay, so, and is that asynchronous? Let's just see. Ah, yeah, look at that. The only problem is it's opening when you click two different things. So that's another little bug of a little bug. I thought that should be solved by saying previous gadget hit, but the previous gadget hit is that, where's that gadget up, gadget hit, oh yeah, so no, that's if current item equals pre-current item. Let's see if they're actually the same, because they shouldn't be. Current item, pre-current item, 0. Oh, that would be why, wouldn't it? That also means if I double click this, I'm getting GAD tool stream test 2 to Amiga Blitz 3. I'm getting item 0 all the time. Ah, you bastard. So, yeah, event code. Right. Event code. Yeah, that's it. 11, 9. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So now got stream test 2. Stream test. Got to stream test. Yeah, there we go. Now it's working. And what we could do is, well, let's just open, when we double click a directory, that it opens the directory. Just get a bit more file managery. So, so if it's not a file, it's a directory. Do we have it full of current dir string? So current Let me see. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we've got current dir string is equal to add part, which is a great function and it takes care of all the should it have this or that or the other symbols in between for a directory. So dot add part oh, and we have to take not the entire thing, because at the start of that we've got dir in brackets, which is 5 characters, and a space, which is 6. So we have to take that from the 6th character on, I think. Character, yeah. Well, we'll try it anyway. Let's see if it works. So if we go here, double click that, current, oh no, it includes the space. So we need to go from character 7. It starts at 1 because it was backwards compatible with all the old basics. Basic. Okay, so list item 7. So let me see. So let's see. So we get that little bit more of an error message, and then we do the whole thing again. Same thing as reset. Where's reset? It's up here. So current dir, we're going to read that dir, and then we change the list. So up here we should do current dir as well. Where am I going? Yeah, sorry, here. And let's see what happens. Reset that. If we go into the includes directory. Oh. Why are we getting the path with it? Why? That's never going to work. Opening dir includes because it has the path in it. Why is that happening? Let's reset that. Oh, okay. What we should do is reset. Done. Reader. Why are we getting that added on? So entry is okay, so scandir is actually adding on the current path. Why is that? Scan through directory. We just want the file names. don't we? So what's going on here? DOS scan there. Let's see how this works. DOS scan pattern. Scan. Path not equal to last scan path. Okay, so if anything's changed, then we DOS scan route. I've no idea why it's doing that. But what we'll do is there's a function that strips away the path, and we'll use that DOS file part, and that strips away everything and just gives you the file name regardless of what else is around it. And then I know it seems almost wasteful, but we'll rebuild it afterwards. That's that. So now do that. We can open that file. We double click on includes. Yeah, there we go. We get the includes directory, and we can open. Oh, you prick. Includes. Entry is a file. Let's double click that. Dir includes. Well, obviously that's not a file because it's after stripping it away. Why does it think that's a directory now? Yeah. Oh, I think I know, because it's not a directory. And it's not saying it's a directory, it's just saying it's not a file because it doesn't exist. Because okay, opening dir. So that, okay, yeah, so that's fine, but I want to see what kind of values it's getting. zlib.include. So opening dir includes. Okay, so it's saying this file doesn't exist. Entry is a directory magic number zlib.include. So picking up the file name correctly there, but if DOS is file, okay, yeah, what? I know what's going on. I know what's going on. We don't have the proper path stored in there, so so what we'll do is we'll store the path in there when we list the directory. So the full path will be add item. Add part. We have to do that first before we go molesting it. There we go. Is that it? So now we've got a directory that should be the full or path, which is the full path to the file. So dossiers file. Is that it? Okay, so let's see. Does it still work? Yeah, that opens. Fine. Includes. Fine. Opening file. ylog.include.ab3 failed. Ah, yes, yes. Okay, yeah, I know what that is because we were not opening the path. DOS edit pad path. Current there is equals. Oh, and we we shouldn't need that actually because we can use just. Isn't that right? We should be able to do that. So let's just get rid of that and then we shouldn't need that at all. So should we just list items? Should be that. Set. So that's opening the file. That's fine. Open the directory. Ylog include. Yeah. It's working. Okay, don't know what that's about. System. Yes. Browsing. Now we don't have a previous button. Like an up parent button. That's what we need. And we reset it, it goes back to the start. Yeah. Excellent. And that's still opening, so yeah, cool. Right. Bin binaries go here, yeah. So editing the things don't actually do anything because we don't want to go just messing about with files. I think that's fine. Now, parent is tricky, I think. How do we do parent? How do we do parent? So current dir, so if the current dir is empty, then we need to do a slash for that. Okay, so what button? We have the use button. Let's repurpose that. Parent. 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 Yeah. Yeah, we don't need that anymore. So, to use, what we do is so parent, yeah, okay, cool. Okay, yes, so that would work there. So what we need to do is we need to have a look at the path, so which is current dir string. Yeah, current dir. So let's say No, it's not going to work, is it? How do we brute force this? So, what functions are there for parent path? Oh, beautiful. Parent path. Presumably that just was path part. Oh, it doesn't. I don't think this will work quite like how it should, but we'll try it. DOS parent path. Yes, yes, yes. List items. So go in here. Excellent. Let's go into here. Yes. What happens if we do that? No, parent, because yeah, it's a kind of an alias for path part, which is not the same thing. Okay, so it works for that until we have a relative path. You know, until we get back to the path where we ran the program from. I'm sure there's a way of doing this though. Or just a simple enough way of getting the parent without having to do some string jiggery pokery. Library browser. What does DOS library give us? DOS library 1, DOS library 2. Parent dir of a lock. The argument lock, so if you given file, parent dir returns new lock, which is associated with the parent. Taking the parent directory as a root returns a null. Okay, that is what we're looking for. So that's not what we wanted, but kind of works for that much. So my the name is so parent is the current dir. Oh, it's going to be a pointer to that, isn't it? It's going to be a pointer to that. So that's the address of that string. Dir lock. And then, so that's their lock. And then, oh, what is the lock type? Access mode. Access read. So a lock is the internal kind of system for accessing files and things like that. So if you get a lock, it means the thing exists and it's available to be read. And that should be pretty much anything unless it's read protected. And if it's read protected, you're not going to be reading the directory anyway. So you've got dir lock, and that gives you basically a pointer to the lock. But when you lock a file, you should always unlock it afterwards once you're finished with it. So once we've sorted ourselves out, we'll release that lock. But yeah, that's basically a file handle. Hey George, hello, how are you? Welcome in. How are you getting on? We are doing some Amiga OS kind of file level stuff, DOS level stuff. I'm trying to find the parent of a directory when we are in a relative directory. So, so finding the parent of the directory you're in without having the full directory. So yeah, basically that's what I'm doing. So it's actually we're gone beyond basically what an Amiga Blitz has in it. And so now we're using the OS itself. And then parent directory. And were you? Oh, so you weren't streaming. Fair enough. But it was a good event. What was it? Was it a work event? Was it a family event? Oh, very good. I know nothing about it. It's not something I've ever gone to or ever read about or anything like that. So, but cool. Good stuff. Good stuff. Were you there as an exhibitor, or were you there just having a good look at all the stuff? Like, was there much of a retro presence or anything like that? Very good. Very good. Oh, excuse me. I'm drinking ginger beer and that last mouthful's after burning the throat off me. Oh, I see. So, oh well. So it was all modern stuff, was it? Yeah. It's just a strong, can't believe it's not beer. But yeah, it's a bit spicy. Oh dear. Okay, so parent dir of a lock. So that's a parent dir. So now we've got a lock on the parent dir, so we can. Oh no! Yeah, and after giving out a bit, I have to do this. If very important, very very important. Unlock. Right, so oh, now how do we get the directory of a lock? How do we it's examine, isn't it? And we get a structure based on the lock. Examine and file info block. Okay, so we need a file info block now. Yeah. File info block, is that it? I can't remember. A bit rusty with these things. Oh yeah, we don't need you anymore. So, struct. File info block. Yes, it is. File info block. Capitals and stuff like that. Oh, Rom. Hello and welcome in. I'm a little bit fumbly with this code. Yeah, so what this is I have this was basically a request from someone, and it was this is the second stream on this. So the intention was to make a GadTools list, a list view gadget, which is probably like, you know, a kind of complicated gadget, and it populated with the directory contents. So I've done that, and it lists the directory contents, and now I'm sort of just basically advancing that to do sort of like parent open files and some basic navigation stuff in it. That's what it is. So it's more of it's just some example code for GadTools and for file handling and that kind of thing. So that's what it is. But I'm just trying to get the parent of a directory, which is the parent of the directory the program is in. So I don't have that directory in itself. So file info block, I think, is what I'm looking for. I think, and I'm trying to find file name. So it's a pointer to the file name there. And that's what I wanted. So nearly finished, I think. Actually, watch this now. Just completely crap itself. Let's see. So examine fib file log. Does examine return a result? Success, it does, yeah. So file info block is there. So did we do fib? No, we didn't. We did def type. Oh, you didn't. Fib. So fib is our variable file info block. What? So that'll give us the name of the parent. So, old school way of doing it, but it should work, and that will be of file info block now. Let's see if this works or if this completely crashes out. Let's see. Nope. Nope. Ay ay ay. Oof, examine. Oh yeah. Indent your code, Rob. Indent your code. Current if examine, so if parent lock, yeah. Okay, so this is just kind of like dummy entries, basically. So if we click reset, we've got our current directory. If we double click a file, it'll open the file in EditPad. That's fine, that's fine. If we go into a directory, we can open files there. That all works. Go into another directory. So now we're kind of 2 or 3 directories deep. So if we go parent, oh. Oh, hey, a crash. And also, our crash counter isn't working. Why is that not working? Let's try that again. There we go. There we go, yeah. Oh, the crash counter crashed, yeah. Oh, so close. So close. Okay, let's see now. Yeah, I did too much juggling of pointers and stuff there for my liking. So yeah. So let's see what happened. How did the debugger should have caught that as well, I would have thought. Well, maybe not. Yeah, exactly. Get yourself a null pointer and then save a whole struct to it and watch it crap itself. So if it's a parent lock, file info block. So parent dir lock. Okay, so let's not access the memory. If examine parent lock file info block. Hold on a second. I've declared the variable fib. I haven't pointed it at anything. So yes. So of course I haven't actually assigned any space for it. So normally that Blitz normally looks after that, but because I'm doing it outside of Blitz effectively, I'm dealing with the OS directly. It hasn't allocated the memory for it. So yes, so that file info block landed right on top of the exec pointer. Yeah, unprotected memory. Okay. Yeah. I'm making these mistakes so you don't have to. So. Da 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 da. Let's use the OS one. Size of so. Yeah, well, like, you know, I've done this stuff dozens of times before, and it's still yeah, I don't know. My brain isn't made to deal with that kind of stuff. You know, some people are just like straight away know exactly, you know, what's happening here. I'm just not well, I don't do enough of it, I suppose. But yeah, I just have to sit down and think things through carefully, and that's not what's happening here. So file info block space is that address, file info block, and too much ginger beer indeed. So that's our so we're going to allocate the size of that block. Oh no, so what am I doing? Fib space. That's all we need to do. So we assign the pointer to this alloc. And then what are the RAM types? I can't remember. 0, isn't it? memf fast, memf public. Oh, it's just 0. Yeah, it is 0. Yeah. Just a little safety net there. Crash out if we need to, or close out, finish out if we need to. And then we need to do, because we're doing this again outside of Blitz, it's not going to free that memory for us. So right at the end, we have to do and then that is byte size. So memory block is okay. Now we've allocated our struct, our variables. Compile, let's see what happens. So yeah, the debugger hasn't got a hope of catching things like that because it doesn't care. You know, 0 is a valid result for the function as far as it's concerned. Okay, open files, open directory, let's go parent. Okay. Okay, it's not crashing. It's just repeating the same directory again and again and again. I know. So what we've done is we're looking at the parent of the file that we've clicked the file name, and that's the current dir, is it? Parent dir lock. No. Dir parent lock. Let's run it again, so we should be getting the parent dir output. Parent dir includes. Yeah, so oh, because I commented out the fucking thing. Yes. So includes parent. Whoa. Okay. Yeah. So we're not reading the right bit of RAM. Why is that? But at least it's not crashing. File info block. File info block. Dir enter type file name. Should be file name, isn't it? File name. Fib file name. Oh, now, just looking at these offsets, that is a big chunk. That's more than a pointer's worth. So is it actually stored there? So if I get the address of that offset, it's an offset of 8. Is that it? So an offset of 8 bytes. Let's see what happens. Oh. What? Okay. So that works. Parent. Amiga Blitz 3. Oh, yeah. 0 entries found, though. So what's going on now? So we've got the right directory. So, okay, so it's not a pointer to the file. Sorry, I thought that was a string pointer. I misread it. It's not it's the actual string. Working but not working, yes. So we've got our file name. Now, so current dir string. Now why? How do we get the absolute path of that? How do we get the absolute path of that from a lock? File name. It's not in the file info block, it's from the lock itself. So I'm going about this wrong. So I've got the file name of the current directory, but it's just the file name, it's not. Oh, I've done this years ago and I can't remember how to do it now. So what does DOSLib have in it again? Examine. Fills for name whether the file directory file includes long word line to examine. String of 0. Must be long word aligned, fine, yeah. File part. Get current dir name. Okay, so maybe we should just start this so it never has a relative path. Maybe that's the way to do it. Get current dir name. Okay, so what we're going to do is so we have to, when we start dealing with strings like this, we have to allocate them, because if the OS tries to write to a Blitz string, the Blitz doesn't know about it, and so it can, Blitz kind of dynamically handles the strings, and if the OS does it, it misses the Blitz mechanism, and so you can write past the end of the string, and badness will happen. So what we're going to do is we're going to give that so 256 characters for a path, and then we can get the OS to write that directory entry. So actually DOS get progdir. So we actually don't need to do it with the OS. We got ourselves an Amiga Blitz equivalent. So is that it? Includes parent? No. Let's see if we're even right here. So current is RAM. Why? I'm not running it from RAM. should be the Blitz directory. When you run from within the Blitz environment, it should be the Blitz directory, or it is the Blitz directory, because it tries to read it here. It's a Blitz source code directory actually, because we can see the source code I'm working on. So, why is that wrong? Why is that wrong? Opening dir includes, so include system. So it's all, yeah. That's a default. That's a default result. So when you set it there, that's. Oh, you know what? Right, yeah, so that's what it fills in when it's coming from Blitz Basic. Yeah. So that in theory that would be Blitz 3, and that would be Blitz 3 source codes. Let me see. Why? So current dir. So if we double click includes, so opening dir includes, so it's still a relative path. So you use Blitz over Amos, and well, I like Blitz for a start. I like it, and it's nice as a change. But the reason I'm doing this is because Blitz, I know it's sort of a bit awkward, but in general, Blitz can do pretty much everything that C can do. But yeah, if you're using it, if you don't use the Amos compiler, it's Blitz is a lot quicker. And yeah, Blitz has really good support for the OS. So you can do whatever you want, or whatever you can do in C basically. All your operating system calls are there. You can do all that kind of stuff, and it works. Yeah, it has a lot. It's a kind of much broader in scope than Amos, which is pretty much aimed at doing games and doesn't have very good OS support at all. Now I know you can do multitasking, but you don't use the OS when you're doing that. So to make an application like this in Amos, it just isn't really doable. So not that it's a particularly great application or anything, but it has its moments. It's font sensitive, pretty much. Slightly glitchy. That's because it's overdrawing the window border. But yeah, so it's handling GAD tools reasonably well. This is just kind of like, this is more OS coding that I'm losing out on rather than anything else. So if we go here, system, we go parent. No. So when we scan a directory, we're storing the path. Oh yeah, so we don't have the full path. But we should do, because that's dir string here is the current directory. So path, and then let's say so let's see what happens here. Full path. No, that's not the full path. Why isn't that not the full path? That should be the full path. scanning dir blank. So that should be the current dir. Ah, reset clears it, doesn't it? Reset clears it. Yeah, we're after undoing all this nice code to get this path here, and we're just completely clearing it every time. That's what's been going on here. Please reset. Reset. Yay! Now we've got a proper path. Yeah, so all that's still working. Parent. No. Why? So current dir. Imprint parent. Parent of current dir. Parent of Blitz 3 source codes includes. Parent dir is Amiga Blitz 3, which is the same as Blitz 3. That's what the assign points to. So I'm not sure what's going on here. Parent dir. Source codes includes. Why? So parent of source codes includes. So that's correct. Let's see. Well, actually, let me just double check that. Parent of, yeah. Yeah, so it was in includes. We're starting an assign. It shouldn't make a difference. It should go back. Well, yeah, but it's also skipping 2. So now that has just triggered something here. Is there? No, there's. Is there a full path? No. I'm sure there. Yeah, I'm sure there is a function like that. And it's quite simple to get the original path of an assign if you're in that, and that might help. But it's skipping back 2 anyway, which is a problem. So current directory, let's say, is the includes directory. So we get the parent. And then the parent directory is includes parent. Parent of that. Parent. No. That is wrong. Well, what I'm going to do is just change this to I'm just going to see what it does if I do this. Yeah, exactly. So I'm not entirely sure why it's doing that, because parent of that, parent dir source codes. So it still thinks, it actually thinks where you're in the source codes directory. That's what it's examining. Why? So the dir lock is source codes. Current dir Oh, fuck you. typo. There you go. And this is why you don't use basic, folks. No, to be fair, Amiga Blitz will warn you when you're using a variable that hasn't been declared yet, but it doesn't work for strings. It doesn't work for strings like that. So that was always an empty string. Yeah. Okay, well at least it knows where it's supposed to go. Parent dir source codes, but you see it's losing the path. It's losing the rest of the path. So how do we get the full path of this? So adding the path at the start wasn't the problem. So parent dir, it's the correct file name. La 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 la. So it's the right file name. What's going on? We don't have the directory. Well, now that we're dealing with a full path, maybe that is what we do. DOS parent path, current dir string. Excuse me, and then maybe we don't even need any of this. Let's see. Includes parent. Yes. System. Okay, parent. Hey, just realized something. I know that's a directory. Why isn't it showing up with dir in front of it? No. Yeah, and there we go. Goes to the parent. Okay. So, well, there you go. Kind of good news, I suppose. And all that's working. But why is it not showing? So when we scan directory, oh, where we go? Reset that. Come on. Well, there we go. What's that about? So we're scanning the directory. No. Oh yeah, read there. Is it scanning the right directory? Or let's see if it's scanning the full path. So we reset that, go into includes. Okay, you know what, we need to get rid of that full path thing. Where was that? There it is. Scanning dir is the full path. Source codes includes. Scanning. So scanning directory dir string. So entry is. So we start with dir string, yeah. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Scan dirs and scan files. So if entry string entry count +1. If add item list items path DOS. So that's path, fine. Full path is fine. Das is der. Okay. Yeah, no, it's not detecting it as a directory because entry string is just a name. List items. So instead we check the path instead of the name. Is that it? Set. So includes. Yeah. Parent, parent, parent. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, they're binary files. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, that seems to be working now. So, yeah, okay, so that works. Yeah. Now sort them. Yes, good point. So, I did see something for sorting files. Now, here's the thing. They're not sorted by directory. There is a way of sorting lists. Sort. Let's see if that's enough, or if it's going to absolutely shit the bed now. Which illegal array type, yeah, no, just doesn't like that. I think that was too easy. I think that's just literally a list of numbers. Like for Z sorting, it's a quick, you know, for a finite array, for a static array. List. How do I sort them? Okay, well the thing is I can sort the file names, but it doesn't separate the ders, because there is a way in scandir. Oh, why you do that? DOS scandir. There we go. Flags for ders, files, and sorting. DOS. Oh yeah, so let's open a new file. That'll be DOS include. Scanders. Scan sorted is 8. Well, oh yeah, but scan sorted. What was it? DOS scan sorted. DOS scander. Oh fuck, it's lowercase. Pay attention, Rob. Oh. It is sorting it by directory. It's obviously the yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, cool. Templates. Parent goes as far as Blitz 3. Okay, last thing to do. If we're at the root of a drive, the last thing we want to do then is list the drives. That's a complicated one, I think. Well, it's not really that complicated, but sure, let's do it. Reader. Yeah. Reset. Reset. Yeah, that's a good point. Basically building a file requester now. Volumes. Volumes, 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 volumes. No, it's not wanted. Volumes. You know what? Let's just do that way. If it's empty, reader string. Oh. Should have done this earlier. Actually, what we can do is we can. So if it's empty, and if it's not empty, then we're going to do this one. Oh no. Yeah, we're gonna have that. So that'll still work as it is, and then if it's a blank directory, then something else will happen, and that is going to be here. Scan volumes. Is that it? I will take that. Funny when things work like that and it's just like so easy, and then everything else is just sometimes an absolute pile of shit. But it is, the only thing is that it recognizes them as directories. So because it's not a file. Is it? Oh no. No, it's recognizing as a directory because it is a directory. Can we differentiate a volume? Well, that'll be enough to do it. Oops. Volumes. Ha. It works. Yeah, there we go. I'll definitely take that. I'm sure there is, but yeah, we don't necessarily need it because that's the thing. So what we can do is let me see. DOS is there is file. No, that's it. So you can't tell in theory, you could look at the last character of the file name, and if it's a colon, then it's a volume, or a directory, or an assign, or a device, or whatever. There is a way. I think there is a kind of a. If you go into the actual OS includes and look at the different packet types or the different lock types, you can go in there, and you remember what I had down here, and we're doing all this examination stuff. You can get a flag back from that as part of the file info block, I think, or something. There's one of those ways you can. There's a whole bunch of constants, and they tell you exactly what something is, if it's a file or a directory or a volume or an assign. But we don't need that for now, I don't think. Yeah, that worked quite well. Yeah, go for it. Now, yes, I was considering that earlier. In MUI, it's very, very easy. It uses control characters or escape characters to set the font type and stuff like that. It has to be possible because, well, actually, does it have to be possible? I'm not sure it does. I'm not sure. Let me think. Yeah, that would be ideal, but let us have a look at the OS includes for a list view. And constants. Maximum pen. Labels. I think it would be a case of using some kind of hook on each item. Although no, I think there's a callback. So whenever you add an item, you can, or whenever an item's clicked, you can get it to call a bit of code. But no, we can't. That can't determine. That can't control the font. I don't think there is a way. I would be interested to see if are there any Amiga DOS programs. Oh, these aren't GAD tools. I'm trying to think of a program that might have bold or something that isn't MUI or reaction. Yeah, it's easy in MUI. Easy, you just do sort of like /UB or something like that. But yeah, no, that would be very helpful if you could do that. I'm going to change that to angly brackets because I think that might look better. Oh, that was the wrong button. But yeah, I think that looks a bit better. Yeah. Let me think. How could I get that to be bold? Pen change indeed, yeah. Oh, you can't see this, but I'm going to Amiga Dev. No, that's Amiga PCB. All the Amiga shortcuts I have in my browser. Amiga Dev. And let's have a look at the includes for GAD tools and just see if there's any kind of properties we can change on the text of a gadget. Create gadget. Create gadget. Callback. Hook for various list view. As of V39, callback is for custom rendering of individual items. Yes. callback hook must check the method ID field of the message and only do processing if it equals LV draw. Okay, yeah, that's hideously complicated stuff. Maximum pen number used by rendering in a custom rendering callback hook. So the max pen is used for controlling the callback hook. Yeah, it's nasty. It's nasty as well in Blitz Basic. You can use hooks, but it's a little bit awkward because what happens is, first off, your hook code isn't actually executed directly, so it immediately gets compiled out. So you have to do some funky assembly stuff to jump out past the code, to bypass the code, so that the compiler doesn't compile it out. And then you have to and then you have to include the address of that code as your hook, and then you have to decode you have to interpret the message, so you have to get that message structure. I'm like, yeah, no, fuck that. It is doable. I have rarely used those hooks. What have I used those hooks for? Well, like those hooks, I've never done it on a list view, but there are hooks that are used for I remember using them for something, and I got it working, and I still am at 100% sure how I got it working. But they are they are very clever and very powerful, because you can use hooks as well for things like the file requester. You can the standard ASL file requester. You can attach a hook to that checks the file types, for example, and you can check the file type then against data types, which is like an incredible feature that I think, that's still lacking in things like Windows, because that filters by names and stuff like that, which obviously the Amiga can do as well. But like the hook code actually kind of checks the header block of the file against the data types, and then just doesn't display them. So if you open multi-view, it will, and you go to the let me see, where is it? Let's find, where's multi-view here. So it will only show files that it thinks it can open. Oh no, that's wrong. But it is possible to do that. I'm sure some versions of multi-view did that, and maybe it wasn't multi-view. What was it? But basically the hook would only list the programs that it could open. It's not multi-view. I know what it is. WB pattern. It will only list image files. See that? So it won't list sound files, it won't list text files, it will only list files, image files that it can actually load. Which is class. And that's kind of, hooks are sort of mega powerful doing that. But things like this are but the code behind that is probably a complete, absolute like mindfuck. But yeah, things like this list view, there's a lot of custom rendering going on, because these values are aligned even though there's a proportional font going on. Yeah, but that's how it functions internally is it uses a hook. So every time the file requester sees a file, it calls the hook, and then the hook decides whether to display it or not. And there are a few other ways of doing things like that, or a few different things that use hooks like that, and it's cool. But yeah, when you build the file requester, you can set a hook up to call a custom bit of code for every entry. But yeah, this rendering here isn't your normal list view, because it behaves like a list view, but the spacing, these are right aligned, these are left aligned, there's proportional fonts involved, and they still align perfectly. So all that rendering, I presume, is done by hooks as well, which which control the color, and also control the spacing and the position of all the different elements. It's stuff that I find quite yeah, like I said, difficult to do in Blitz, and just difficult to comprehend in general. But yeah, there you go. I won't be doing that. But I think this is like a decent basic thing. What I can do is why is that empty? Hold on a second. Work games. No. Work. I don't even know where their folder is, so I think that probably is true. Yeah, it is empty. That's okay. Fine. Yeah, no, I'm happy enough with that. Cool. Right, well, I think I will leave that there. Unless anything else, any other questions from people about that code? What I'll do is I will upload that code to my GitHub. And let me see, where is my GitHub? I think I have a thing. Let me see. Do I? Oh, no, I don't. I should. Hold on a second. Not GitHub, exactly. Here we go. What I'll do is I've some tutorial code up there, so I'll add an extra. I'll upload this GadTool Streams test. I already have a GadTool Streams test. Let's see what this one looks like. Oh, that does menus and stuff like that. So what I'll do is I will add this to the GadTools example code, or I'll make a new folder for it, and yeah, it'll be there. So I'll do that after this. But yeah, the link will be there, and so you can yeah, you can check out the code for this and play with it and use it as a basis for whatever you want. Okay. Cool. We got. Let's see. Let's go raid someone who's on. We've got Pints and Amiga. We've got that girl Joey. I think we should raid Pints and Amiga, shall we? I think. But yeah, no. Thanks very much, everyone, for coming along. Yeah, no, cheers. Thank you for coming along. Thanks, everyone else. It's been, yeah, it's been a journey. So yeah, so that was kind of just a request that someone sent me for doing a list view and listing some files and acting on gadgets and stuff like that. So hopefully that code will help anyone who's doing something similar. Okay, well, let's go and raid. Who did I say? Yeah, Pints and Amiga. Let's go and raid them. And see what are they doing. Oh, a bit of Mortal Kombat. Cool. Okay, right. Listen, thanks very much, guys. I'm going to go away and maybe have a beer. Right. Oh, Dazman. Oh no, sorry, I'm reading the wrong window here. Okay, right, good night. Right, bye-bye. Bye.
Most of the characters and then also do most of the choreography.
Yes.
I think so, yeah. Let me just quickly fact check on that.
You can do that.
Oh, charging with the raid.
Retro game.
Daedalus 2095 just rated with 5 viewers.
Welcome to the carnage.